Hello everyone and welcome to one more budget builds. This time we're going to talk about a hybrid sniper. I'll go ahead and mention the two main variations of sniper. There is a third one that's feasible as well, depending on the status of the server. Um, so I'll cover everything I can, but let's get started. First of all, um, items. We're gonna be using a few items, a few swaps, um, but yeah, we'll go over them. So on the main default, I'm gonna use 10% reduction on the hat. Popo hats are pretty easy to get, so just make sure to grab one of those. Robo Eye, this can be either a Robo Eye or a the binoculars. Those are pretty easy to get as well. Robo Eyes are a little bit harder, but it's still extremely cheap in most servers. Well chewed pencil, two decks. Um, if you can't get the well chewed pencil, any attack um, or any defense will work. Um, for snipers, I prefer the BG set over the KVM. I always tell people get the KVM, get the KVM. For snipers, I would actually go for BG. Um, the reason for that is it gives some really interesting bonuses here. So the reduction is great. Obviously, the reduction for the KVM is much better. Again, HP is great, but the KVM is better. Um, but here's where it gets interesting. When you get the set, you get that three decks, which starts doing quite a good amount of work. Plus, you can enchant it with another three decks, or three vit, or whatever you want. So this armor can definitely bring a lot, and most servers or some servers allow you to enchant KVM items. But yeah, that possible six decks on the armor is pretty good. Mine's standard. I didn't do anything to it. 12% HP. It's still lower than KVM, but it's fine. If I see I'm taking a lot of damage, I might switch to KVM, because the reduction is really nice. But we'll give it a try with this first. But have both. But here we go. This is where it starts getting interesting. Long range damage reduced by 10%. I'm gonna talk about my build later, but you will see that range damage like acid bomb will be possibly an issue for me. So that's really nice to have. Most server this also includes JT or Firebolt, and other snipers. So this reduction is very nice to have. Cast delay, and that's the big one here. The cast delay 25%. That is huge. The elite armors that you can get later on, and obviously if you can use these, go for that instead. But if you don't have these, here you go. There's a deadly sniping suit, increased crit, but it also reduces the cast delay. So both of those are options. You can go with bowman, with a dragon tail. Earth bow is good to take. I mean, I'll take mine. Oh no, that's why I didn't take it, because it's too heavy. Uh, but I have mute bow as well, in case I want to play with more effects. Right now I'm taking only the sleep one. A lot of people don't use nightmare cards, so I'll definitely be using that. My other bow is a imp breaking bow. So you got the desert wolf and orc skeleton, nice and cheap, easy to make. You're gonna want that for breaking the imp. Um, Orc bows are pretty nice. They work for everything. Uh, and you can actually just use stone arrow and just use converters. But for WoW, I rather not. I would probably advise this for WoW 2.0. So for 2.0, you want to take a stone arrow and orc bow, unless you make a barricade and stone bow. But that you're gonna have to take three bows instead of just taking one for amp, stones, and barricade. So for 2.0, I recommend going with the orc bow. Um, so again, BG set, just with Rager card and Materia card. I'm using Medal of Honor. I do like that 5% attack, that extra HP. Crit for this build doesn't really matter. The SP will actually help. Blind doesn't really matter. Glorious, again, the HP, the reduction from all those properties, because Storm Gust. And I actually have a second one. If I actually start taking too much damage from Storm Gust, and my shield is not being enough, I'll actually probably pop that one in as well. But it also attacks speed and variable, so it's pretty nice. It's a good ring to have. For swaps, I'm taking a Insomniac, which is a sleep-proof double attack. This is for Emp breaking and locking people into place. You can actually lock somebody down with this hat. Teleport clip just to get around the castles, to the different castles. Giant horn, I don't think I'm gonna get to use this. Is like I said, there's not a lot of items that will throw your damage over it to be able to kill somebody that you weren't able to kill in the first place. I'll take it just in case. You never know. And it's not too heavy, so it's not causing problems. You're definitely gonna want a Cranium. Doesn't have to be Valk. The Valk is probably your best option, mainly because of that 20% reduction. Again, that Storm Gust is gonna be hurting quite a lot. So you just got those reductions. You're definitely gonna want a combat knife, but if you don't have one, Fabre, just anything that you don't wanna be running around with no weapon when you have no shield on. Like have something, even if it's this, have something, and use something like this. And it doesn't have to be +10. It's just, I don't know. I think it was the only one I had, 4-slotted knife, so I just threw it on there. BG weapon. You're gonna want to go for the one that doesn't give 10 int. So the other one gives 10 int. It's decent for the third type of build that you can do with sniper. I wouldn't do it for this build. So yeah, I would stick to the battle Valorous. And then this is gonna be huge. Hide clip is gonna be my best friend. It's actually on my hotkey bar. Once I equipped it, there it is. The hide is right there. So we'll definitely wanna switch to that. I don't know what I want to sacrifice for it. I might actually sacrifice damage over attack speed. So I'll actually probably switch this around, which means I need to put this one here. But yeah, so I'll probably switch out of this one in case I need it. But yeah, for arrows, we're gonna go cheap. We're gonna go silver arrow only. No swaps, no worries, just hit, right? And I'll show you why this is not gonna be. I'm not gonna worry too much about the arrow. Trap, I'm only gonna take 50. I do have the ankle snare on the bar. What you want to do is, if you see a Synex coming your way or towards a friend of yours, you want to throw that between them. Not necessarily to trap the room. I don't like, giving somebody a function to trap unless they're extremely new and you don't think their damage or their player skill is going to be good enough to help in anything else. But if you want to actually practice sniper, don't be a trapper. Have a few. The sleep trap is also just as good. It's good to throw it in choke points in the castles when people are trying to get to the Emp. Maybe in the end of WoW. But again, this is just for those Synexes and champs coming after me. For consumable, World Teleport, again, I have a priest. I probably won't need to use it, but it's good to have if your server has it. I'm going to use Mistella, no rank, no nothing. I want to show you that that's still doable. Curse Water. This is for Emp or if the silver arrow is not working. So if you're shooting at somebody and they're tanking, try Curse Water. Sometimes they have Angeling, and you should be able to do decent damage to everything with Holy. And if whatever, like a Paladin, you're probably not going to kill a Paladin anyways, but if you would like to try, you want to use Curse Water for a Pally. They have 80% reduction for Faith. Royal Jelly, you're not 100% stat immune even with this higher Vit build. So definitely take some Royal Jellies. Speed Pot for emergency, run away from that champ. Get to a portal, just don't let him get near you. You're not going to tank it, most likely. Agi, Bless, and Assumption, that's just, we don't have a lot of support on the server, even though the recall from the guild that I'm going to be playing is a priest. I actually don't think he's going to be there tomorrow, but anyways, have your Bless Agi at least. Assumption is sort of for this build, I believe a little bit more on the Assumption. On the other two builds, maybe the one of them, yes, but the attack speed one, I wouldn't use it. And I'll go over the builds in a minute. Awakening Pots, obviously. White Chocolate for SP. Again, I have a video on how to get the white chocolate. It's very easy, and it fills up quite a lot. So you can see here I'm at 442. One white chocolate. I can't because I'm in storage. 508. So that's like 60 SP, which is almost 10% of my full HP. So Capra Pass is just for emergencies. If I don't want to go to Capra and we're in the middle of a good fight, I'm going to use it. I'm going to avoid using it because, again, I want to try to do this budget. Again, no food, nothing, unless extremely necessary, which for the sniper, not extremely necessary. Obviously, Agi food, luck food, dex food, vit food on this build would be welcome, but again, budget, we're not going to do it. Alright, let's talk about the build. So this is the hybrid build, right? The hybrid build just means you're sort of meant to be alone. You're not really supposed to, well, it doesn't mean be alone. It means it's got a little bit of everything, right? I use it because, sometimes you got that, that imp that you can probably break, but you got a Synex on you, and a little bit of Vit will actually allow you to tank that Sin. Probably if he's double megged, you're fighting megs. You're gonna want to trap. The person that has megs, you just trap them and just keep going. Walk to the side, trap around them. But yeah, this is the build that will get you through precast. So if your server has a bunch of people casting, put your shield on, put your weapon or your dagger on, run in, get to the amp. You're not useless when you got shield and dagger. You still got Falcon Assault. I was trying to use Focus Arrow Strike and it was giving me it can't be used. So you can still attack, and the Falcon Assault with this build will actually hit for 5k. I can show you. I'll start walking to a map here to show you. But yeah, 5k is not bad. It really is. It really is useful. You have enough Agi for when you're fully buffed. You go to about 80. You go to about 80. 180. Sorry, 180 attack speed. So sorry, I forgot Bless. So there should be 5k. There you go. So 5k, and it's always 5k. So on WoW, I believe there's a reduction of 40%, but at least it's a fixed damage. And on strings, you can actually spam it, which it actually does quite a lot of damage if you can spam it. For Agi, like I said, 180 attack speed when fully buffed. I can actually, what am I missing here? Just Agi. So 180 with a dagger, but if I go ahead and put any of the, it's still 180. So I like that attack speed. It's pretty decent. As you can see, it holds people, right? Um, for decks, I want to do as much damage as possible. I also want instant cast, so I made sure to go for that. When you're fully buffed, I believe you hit 180, no 160, right? Something like that. I don't know. I can't math right now. But you can get more if you use different rings with Zeron and all that. But yeah, luck. I don't use luck on this build. My Falcon is not going to attack. I'm not crit. The focus arrow strike is the only part that on this build sort of suffers with one luck, but you do have abrasive in the server. That does help. Go ahead and use abrasive, and then the crit from the metal should get you at least a 50% crit. If you can have glory on your party from a priest, use glory. But yeah, this is the only skill that will sort of suffer a little bit. But anyways, your main skill is going to be double strafe anyways. And for a single attack for Imp and stuff. For the alternative build, people use 99 Agi, 99 Dex, and 25 Luck. That build sort of works. The problem I have with that build is you will die in precast, most likely, even with shield and dagger. I believe you only get like 7 or 8,000 HP, so that 5,000 HP more is quite significant with a hybrid build. I have seen snipers tank fist with this build. I have never seen a 1 Agi 1 Vit tank it. Mainly because you start playing differently when you're 99 Agi, 99 Dex. You're sort of hoping that you can attack faster than they can cast, and you can stop their casting. But in this server, I know for a fact that they use 99 Dex on their champs. There's no way in hell you're gonna be hit locking people, or I don't know. I don't like it. It is the preferred build for most people. It is the highest damage you can do with focused arrow. That's the build for that. So if I have an entire guild and I'm fighting a huge guild, I'll probably go for that build instead. But I know the server has low pop, low server population, so I'm gonna go with the hybrid build instead. Again, play for your server, right? There's no reason to go massive AOE damage if there's not a lot of people. You're not going to be protected as you need. You won't have this low pop. You can't count that you're gonna have strings the whole entire time, so you gotta switch your main damage to something that doesn't require string. But yeah, let's talk about the third build, which it's not good, it's not great, but depending again on the server, it can happen. If the server doesn't have a lot of GRs, which this is not the case for Classic, I can go with the Falcon Assault build, which is you just use everything that you can, like expert rings, anything that reduces aftercast delay. So this 25% will be great for it. So you definitely want this set instead of KVM for that build. And then you'd go 99, or you'd want to, I believe it's 95 Dex. It gives you 150 Dex, so you just want to go to 150 Dex, and then you want to put everything else on Int. So 99 Int, probably 95 Dex, and then possibly the rest on Vit or Agi. And all that is you're going to use Falcon Assault the whole entire time. We're talking about maybe about a 7k damage Falcon Assault, maybe more. I believe 8k, and then with the reductions, at quite a good speed as long as the strings has high Int. So you want to make sure you want to get a 99 Int string if you can, that magic string. Alright, so let's talk about the skills for the hybrid build, right? That's what we're talking about. Falcon Assault's going to be my finisher. There is a combo, sort of. It's not really a real combo, but the idea is, let's see if I can do it. Oops, sorry. But yeah, you double strafe. It died too fast, but you double strafe a couple of times, and then you falcon when you think they're about to die. Because what happens is they'll see like the double strafe not do a lot of damage, so maybe they'll hold on potting, so they'll be like lower HP, and the falcon assault will be that massive damage, and that usually can kill people on a 1v1 against another sniper. That's actually how I finish them off. You definitely want Falcon Eyes. That increases your damage. Make sure that's up the whole entire time. It goes down very often. It's very fast, so you got to constantly be pressing it. Again, focus arrow. It's gonna be sort of Luina 4. You know, it's on the other. People are on the other side of the wall, and you can't target the dancer that's stunning you, and then you switch over to focused arrow, and then you just sort of AOE that area. But yeah, double strafe, like I said, is going to be your main damage. Improve concentrate to improve your damage and also get you instant cast. Second bar, I got my speed pot, my ankle snare. Again, if I see something coming towards me, you put that between us, and now you can shoot him. You can, you can run away. You can do whatever you want. If it's a champ, he can still snap, but he can't walk. So if he snaps right next to you, you just gotta walk away a little bit, and he won't be able to fish you. So yeah, make sure you practice that, putting that ankle snare between you. Remove trap is in case I trap a friend. So if I trap somebody and a friend goes in, I want to make sure I can get it out fast. So I definitely want it down on the bar. Detects for the stalkers, Cynics that are grimming. Maybe you can't get to him to improve concentrate, because that sights people out too. Maybe he's on the other side of the wall. If you can get detect level 4, I actually have a talking box right now. This is for leveling. If you know how to do TKM and Tors, that's what that's for. So I'm missing a few points, but you definitely want to have detect high level, so you can be like far away from the enemy and sight them out. Arrow shower is going to be your status spreader, and also to sight people out. You got your snake hat, your imp breaking, your cursed water, and your awakening. You want to be ready to break imp quick. Blast agi on the bar if you can. You definitely want your shield and dagger in the bar. And then I have my BG weapon on the bar, and then I have my teleport, hide, and metal on the bar. My status bows, and I believe the last one is a hat. Yeah, just in case if I have the snake hat on and I see a sin coming towards me, I want to be able to like switch to it quick. But yeah, that should be it for this. A couple of tricks I already mentioned. Make sure ankle snare between you and somebody else. Depending on which server you're in, if you put an ankle snare down and they don't step on it, you can actually arrow shower right next to it, and it pushes the trap over. But yeah, I don't think there's too many other tricks that you can have. Just make sure hide's gonna be your best friend, like I said. And yeah, good luck, man. I hope that helped.